So we are always talking about mental health because the whole world is talking about mental health, right? Today we're going to focus a little bit more. There's something else that should be healthier than mental health. Physical body.
You're listening to Jom Sembang Malaysia.
So yeah, you can take a guess why I'm choosing this topic lah. Because I think sometimes when I listen or I see a lot of TikTok viral stuff, people are always talking about mental health, and then the last 3 months I'm just obsessed about taking care of my physical body. So I thought, why not? Let's just dive into it lah, right? So my first question today is, how can we take better care of our body?
Wow, so big question ah.
Very big ah.
Tiba-tiba.
I said tiba-tiba, okay, let me just rewind a little bit. If you were to rate yourself, right, from 1 to 10, how healthy do you think you are?
Oh my gosh.
It just got bigger, right?
Okay, so I'm very seasonal one, unfortunately. So if you ask me now, how healthy am I? I would say 7.
Okay.
In general scheme of things, like I'm not sickly. Actually, I've been pretty good, right? This last few months.
You rarely fall sick one actually.
Except for that spate where I
where
had
everybody,
the cough,
correct.
the flu thing. But generally, quite
I think
okay.
generally, at least before the pandemic lah, both of us rarely fall sick. Not even a flu or cough or fever kind of thing. It's like really like.
Except for my sinus, no, it's not really sinus, hay fever, allergy thing. I've got the allergy to dust lah, weather change, all the things that you cannot control lah. Weather change, yeah. But in terms of how well am I taking care of my physical body right now, maybe 4.
Actually quite interesting because we focus so much on taking care of our mental health. Like mental health is so spoken of, and then they even have a to-do list. Make sure you have enough rest. Make sure you talk about your feelings.
Right.
Make sure you meet a psychology if you need to, and all that. But very rare do we say, go and see a doctor if you feel unwell or you need to ask questions. No, we only go to the doctor when we are like 9 out of 10 and really sick, So what made me really think about these questions is because I've been spending a lot of time last year just trying to improve or better myself.
Okay.
But I realized that even if I improve my sleep, or I improve my mental thinking, I have more mental space to create stuff and all that. If my body is not taken care of well enough to follow suit with my brain and my heart, then it also doesn't work.
Yes.
So that's why I thought, it's an interesting topic to talk about physical care.
Yeah.
Besides all this mental care lah, emotional care lah, whatever care that we have lah.
Yeah.
All right. So of course, when we talk about physical care, the first thing people say, exercise lor. So the next question is, how often do you exercise?
That's why I said 4 lah. So again, like I said, I'm very seasonal one. So during COVID, which is now it's already 5 years ago.
Okay.
I felt like, I'm not getting out enough. And then I started doing the YouTube videos thing, which I really enjoyed, the walking thing.
Oh, I kind of like this seasonal thing. Like during the pandemic, because people were stuck at home, people who needed to exercise started recording themselves exercise, inspiring people who don't exercise to also follow them exercise.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it kind of like opened our minds that actually, you can even do this at home. The accessibility rate really shot up lah. I think I mentioned before, last time when you think, want to go running or jogging, you must take your shoe, go out of the house.
Correct.
Right?
I always think that exercise is something that I cannot do at home.
Or go to the gym or go hiking somewhere lah. Of course, it's nicer, but who's to say, because outside there, the air is not that clean also. And then, we can do this at home because you're locked inside the house, no choice.
Correct.
And then after that, I realized that my parking lot has become an exercise zone.
My parking lot also. Our condo parking lot has become this place where suddenly people decided
running, walking.
Walking.
Yeah.
Even now got no pandemic, they still prefer that because why? Sheltered, no sun.
And it's got the ramps, right?
At any time you can do.
Go around, it's safe, there's shade, and it's kind of outdoor. You can still see greenery.
Yeah.
Prior to COVID, if people were doing that, you probably get the side eye or like, what's the matter with the fella?
Correct. But now it's a new norm.
I wouldn't, I would have like, so weird. Like, people say I'm weird, right? Now it's a new norm. So I think that access has really opened lah. So for me, I have tried to maintain that. There's a couple of, actually now it's only one video series that I really like, and there's a few exercises in there. The problem with that is it's cardio. So it's not really
Cardio.
running. It's like a walk dance kind of thing that I can do at home. And it's nice. I choose the music that I like. The intensity also I can choose. How long also I can choose. Really, I can just, what I feel like today, I can do lah, you know. The problem with that is, now when I think exercise, I think house. So I haven't been to the gym since my own house gym since COVID. I think it's also mental block because I'm like a bit more jijik now, you know. I'm thinking, like more hygiene conscious, like,
Correct.
got wiped down or no, who's the last? I was sweaty. But last time I got things like that, I just go and do, right?
Very, very
So-
different now, the kind of perception that we have.
Correct. So the only times I've been to the gym was when I was staying in hotels in the past few years when I had time. I was like, okay, let's just go do weights because at least it's
Yeah,
something.
because weight is something you can do at home.
Yeah, a bit more
unless
mafan
you,
lah. You don't
unless
have
you lift
all
up your
the-
2 liter water.
I have a dumbbell, but it's a bit too heavy. So I can only do limited stuff with it. So now the thing is, I'm slacking lah.
So the question is, do you change or dress up for your at-home exercise?
No.
Savior. So I find that when we don't have to change into something, it's harder to get into the routine or start.
Oh.
For me lah. So for example, right, last time when I was training for Kinabalu,
Yes.
I have to put on the proper shoes,
Okay.
correct shoes to run up and down the hills or whatever not.
Uh-huh.
Then I find that if I change it, then okay, exercise mode, go.
Oh.
Okay. But at home, right, it's like I'm sitting there, say, okay, I will exercise later. And then like, or 5 minutes later after I listen to this song or whatever, but I'm not changed already. So I feel like I'm never ready for it. Like I have to put in an extra effort. So now I ask myself, okay, Gina, if you want to do exercise, maybe have a exercise clothes, outfit lah.
Uh-huh.
You know, certain shorts or certain things on.
Right.
And then change into it so that you actually do it, you know, change into it and work in that outing. And then know, like, I really change into this exercise one. I must exercise, you know.
True.
Otherwise, normally I look at my clothes and I'm like, ni lah, later lah. After I sweat these clothes lah, then I, you know, a lot more excuses that I find. So that's why I ask you, do you change into different clothes or am I the only kiasu one?
Actually, come to think of it, I did earlier. Because at that time, I noticed if I wear my normal shorts, it's not so comfortable in a sense. Because I was doing more
Stretch?
faster one.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like more aggressive. Intensive.
Okay.
More intensive exercises. Although it's still actually the video thing, it's still walking, dancing. There's more comfort in your movement. The problem is,
Okay.
I discovered this one, which is the after meal, before sleep one. So
Okay.
it's really just to get my body moving, at least if all else fails, just to get my body moving, you know, get the blood circulation or just to calm down before I sleep after dinner. And that one, I wear my normal shorts and t-shirt. I'm
Correct.
comfortable. So, okay, so for me, right, unlike you, if I'm not doing the intensive one and the clothes don't get in the way, it's actually a lesser one barrier for me.
Oh, okay. No need to change. Push my laptop aside, can work.
Betul. So I was just like, okay, finish already. I've got, assuming I finish work at 9. Maybe that's why I haven't, because now I've like, by the time I finish 11, like who's going to exercise at 11? So my nephews do that, but I don't know. So I be like, let's say 9ish, then, no, let me just do this for 15 minutes. Then,
Before you shower.
so then I just put on the thing, then I push my chair away, and then, so it's really easy, it's super
So
easy.
pushing your chair away, the other thing I realized that, okay, so I live in a studio apartment on my own. When I don't have space to do my exercise, then it becomes very discouraging lah.
Too many things to...
Now I have to move some stuff in order to do exercise.
Ah.
Then I need to move it back after I exercise. No need lah.
It's like, one more barrier lor. It's
Correct,
like, instead of
correct.
changing.
But it's interesting lah because let's say we rewind back to when I was doing the training for Kinabalu. I realized that exercising is not just a body or physical care.
Mm-hmm.
When you improve your physical care,
Yeah.
you're exercising, a lot of oxygen to your brain,
Yes.
whatever not. And let's say you happen to lose weight or whatever
Yep.
not, right? Your entire psyche change, your
Yes.
mental, your emotion, you
Correct.
feel much better.
Yes.
So now looking at it, like when I tackle certain parts of my life,
Wow.
mental care, emotional care, now I focus a little bit more on my physical care because I realize that I cannot keep up if either one of them is not on par.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like a 3-in-1 kind of thing, you know.
Correct.
shouldn't be looked at separately lah, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I think, actually not I think, I know lah now. As you move ahead in age, like progressing like that, right?
Correct.
In a good way lah, in age. Your body actually needs more of that physical care.
Correct. Maybe when you're young, higher metabolism. Now you are like slightly not so young. You need to increase that metabolism by working it.
Something like that. It's just like, when you go play sports, which I don't do very much nowadays, but last time, if I'm going on a jog, a run, right? And I don't last time no need to warm up, we can just run and come back fine. Okay? Now, if I don't warm up, then after a while, like, alamak, more tired, or you get a cramp after that. Or the next day, right, then you feel like, I worked out yesterday, right? Yeah, so in a sense, you need to pay attention more to these things. Warm up, warm down. And you actually also need that thing to, like you said, metabolism, right? You actually need that to just keep up your energy, Because sometimes your brain want to do, or even let's say next meeting, and then go here or go there, travel here, travel there.
The stamina is kurang.
Yeah, you're like, punchet already.
Correct.
Yeah, so, but that exercise actually kind of helps you to finish it lah.
Correct.
Finish what you need to do until you can rest.
True. So I've actually divided physical health care to 3 or 4 aspects.
Wow.
One is the exercising part lah. Okay, that we've just talked about. The other one is sleeping. Okay, but we have an entire sleeping episode before this, so you might want to just check that out instead of us repeating ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, the third one is actually what we put into our body. Eating.
Okay.
Because you can do all the right things, but if your eating is like, don't know lah, upside down or like totally not productive or efficient for your body, that's different. Okay. So eating here, what I'm saying, obviously the one that people always say, to be healthy, don't take drugs, don't take alcohol. This is the common one lah. Okay, so we don't have to discuss the common because everybody knows what is the downside. But let's just talk about eating in general. Okay, for example, we are the nation who eat a lot of rice and noodles. So what I'm getting at is, let's explore the kind of nutrients we put into our body is very important.
Ooh.
Because I realized, for example, my friend, let's say, don't like to eat veg. You will realize that she will have certain physical problems. Like maybe, I don't know, something that the nutrients in the veg contributes to the body.
Fiber lah.
Yeah, if you don't eat that, then you have a different problem lah.
Yeah.
So every single nutrition that we need in the body, if we lack of it, we might have a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about, for example, when I first started, back then we don't know it's called keto diet.
Okay.
My mom is diabetic.
Okay.
So the doctor said, cut down on carbs.
Yeah.
So me being a nice daughter, teenage daughter, because I was quite big size, okay, let's cut down together. Okay. And when I cut down on carbs, that time we did 0 carbs. Because the doctor said, okay, you actually have carbs in your, maybe some potatoes or there's other small carbs here and there that is not straightforward noodles, rice or bread.
Okay, so when you say cut down on carbs, you mean?
Noodles, rice and bread.
Okay, so potato all can?
Can.
Okay.
But not like, no have rice, let's have 3 potatoes. Not like that lah.
Not like fries lah. But how? Fries,
yeah, so for example,
wedges.
if we go and eat curry, the potato they just eat lah. You don't order a potato dish.
Okay. Faham.
But potato sides is like a side lah. So those we still eat, but we don't order like a baked potato or like, stuff like that.
Okay.
Not a main.
Okay. Yeah.
So we cut down on that. So what I really benefited from that was I actually lost 10 kg in 3 months.
Wow.
That's and I felt like the first month was a bit like, no. No energy, right?
Yeah.
But the doctor said you can eat as much of meat or vegetables you want, just cut down the carbs.
Okay.
Because carbs equals to instant sugar equals to diabetic, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So fine. So I realized the first 2 months I was like a bit of the energy low because the body was getting used to it.
Okay.
But after that I was on the energy high.
All right.
Because it feel like cleansed already, so very alert and stuff like that. And that's why I kept to it for the last 10, 20 years.
Okay.
And that is how I've decided to input lah. So of course, everybody's body is different.
Sure.
If you have high metabolism and your body needs that carb, then go ahead. Like me, I have low metabolism and I sit at home. So not having the carb does not impact me all that much. So what I'm trying to say here is different body needs different nutrient at a different portion.
Rate. Yeah. And there are also seasons because I suppose there are seasons that you need a bit more of this.
Correct.
Or you get allergic to this and,
Correct. Depend on what you are working on that season. So like during the Kinabalu time, I remember when I went to see doctor, because I tell you, Kinabalu is like crazy lah, okay? Climb, cannot breathe and all this thing. The doctor did say, Juwita, you might need to introduce
carbs.
1 milk cup because you are burning too much during the thing.
Yeah.
So like I said, it's season.
Yes.
Right? So that you need to at least make sure it supports what you're trying to do in life.
Betul.
And not like, if you're sitting a lot, then don't lah. But if you're going to climb 3 mountains, then eat some lah,
Yeah. Fun fact. So there was once we went to one of those famous nasi kandar place in Penang.
Okay.
And then we discovered, they open up to 7 a.m. or something.
Correct.
6 a.m., right? Then we like, I understand if you go there for supper up to 1, 2, 3 o'clock even, but who eats that at 6 o'clock? Even if you, maybe like you sahur or whatever, right? But normal day, right? 6 o'clock. And then we realized it's actually the staple food for laborers, right? Because they need to carb load before they go on their daily thing. So, so like that's their job and that's what they need to eat.
Correct.
Therefore, but if you and me go and have that,
yeah, we gotta be big Michelins for a long time. Yeah. But also understanding the kind of nutrients we need lah. So for example, right, sometimes senior people, they start to like memory a bit not so sharp already. Okay, sometimes they forget simple things or they just like, sometimes my friend told me it's just a lack of magnesium. Take a pill. That's it, done. The problem is solved.
No, apparently magnesium helps with your muscle. Yeah. I almost say muscle, but yeah, as well.
So it depends. So that's why I said it's not that scary to go and see a doctor and try to identify. Because some of these shows up as symptom, but there's not serious symptom. You don't wait for a bleed in your brain to go like, oh, I got, then we see a doctor, right? Betul. It could be just going and say, okay, I always find myself very tired.
Yeah.
It's normally before meal or after meal, whatever is it. Then they will tell you, oh, actually you just need this nutrition or this supplement. And then you kind of fix it. Because maybe in your life, you don't take enough of that supplement in food terms. So people who are allergic to, let's say, soybeans or whatever, you lack a certain nutrients. Okay, or people who are
vegetarian.
You also lack. So you need to make sure that it meets up to the full nutrients that we need.
Okay, so noob question. That's where I am pretty bad in terms of taking care of my health, I guess, because I don't go and do medical checkup ever. I remember going when I was 21 years old. I cannot remember why. And then the next time I went was 21 years later. Oh no, I'm revealing my age now. And then I never went again.
Okay.
So in terms of blood tests, at what point does going to the doctor reveal those things? Is it your blood test? So they tell you, oh, you're low on iron. Like, so that day I brought my mom and then the pharmacist was looking at it. Oh, just a bit low. Not the pharmacist, the lab guy. Just a bit low on iron. So he said your doctor will explain more lah. But the doctor didn't say anything about the iron. He was like looking at other things. Is that how you know? Is like your blood test shows that you are low on certain things and therefore... I mean, would they actually tell you need more magnesium?
Actually, I've encountered a lot of somehow doctors. I always bring a lot of friends to the doctors. Okay. But those are what amaze me all the time. The doctor will say, check. Just take magnesium pill lah. Check. Just take charcoal pill lah. Like something like that. Like you get what I mean? Like that kind of things, or just take. It's always a vitamin D. Okay, take this one. Acid folic.
Actually, there's a
deficit in the
deficiency in what our intake lah.
Correct. So some people when they get too annoyed with the symptom, or they recognize it as a symptom lah. Yeah. Okay. Let's say my hairs are dropping all the time or whatever. Yeah. Then they go and see a doctor about it because they're really concerned about their physical health. Unlike me, I just sweep everything down the carpet. Yeah. Then they get it lah.
Yes.
Okay. So for example, like for myself, for the longest time during Kinabalu training, I didn't consider carb because I didn't eat carb for 10 over years. Yeah. Why would I consider it? Yeah. But I find that whatever that I'm eating was not enough to sustain my height. Yeah. Eat all the protein you want or whatever is it, but it's not what it needs because height, besides the protein, you still need that energy.
Yeah.
So that changes the ball game lah. You can also, for example, I will feel like I'm craving for certain food at a time. You know, there's this saying with our friends or my friends. If your body suddenly craves something,
Yes.
it means that you just need that thing lah, you know?
Yeah.
You know, even though you don't like it. So for example, there was one time I was craving for cheesecake.
Okay.
Cakes are. And then my friend was like, Gina, I've never asked for cake because she doesn't like cake. She doesn't like dessert.
Yeah.
You know, we hang out and then these are the things that she will avoid when we are sitting in the cafe lah. Why she suddenly say, okay, today we go eat dessert, you know?
Yeah.
It's just probably mean that my body needed that sugar spike or something. Like,
So your body actually knows what you want. It's just whether we know how to listen to our body or not.
Correct. So eating well is also a big part of taking care of a physical body. It's not just going to the gym or exercising lah.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe after a break, we talk about how do we, now that we know what our body needs, right? How do we give our body what it needs?
Whoa. Today's episode is brought to you by Joy Luck Penang. Joy Luck, also known as Joy 6, is a very unique place to hang out. They welcome you to bring your favorite food and order beverages from them, or simply enjoy their cafe menu, especially the signature nasi ulam. So that way, best thing about this place is you can bring your pets to chill out with you. So if you're in Penang, remember to check out Joy Luck in Tanjung Bunga.
Okay, so right, this giving part, actually I want to talk about the power of accountability when we want to do things like this. Exercising, eating well.
Oh, okay.
You really need, I don't know, it's very hard to have a self-discipline about it. Some people do lah. I mean, if they want to like, okay, so bad. I must say, those people a bit vain want to really look good for themselves or for other people. They can be really driven to take care of their body.
Okay.
But I would say that a majority of us are not like that. Okay? Majority of us are not out there to be Mr. Muscle or Mrs. whatever. Okay? So then it takes a lot of self-discipline to do it.
Yeah. So accountability is one where you tell somebody lah who is going to keep a check on you. But then sometimes it's a bit hard also because it's like nagging a bit, no? You feel like...
No lah, I think there's another way of making it less naggy lah.
Do together.
Yeah. You need to find someone who's similar road.
Yeah.
For example, I think what I like that we did during the pandemic was we were working so hard.
Yeah.
Very day and night working because you start at home, you know?
Yeah.
Then we started, what I did was, got this exercise video thing, you know, want to try. But then after that, I sent to you. Then we said, okay, we try together. And then so we had that whole half an hour a day just doing exercise together.
So it was you that got me started on this video
sorry.
thing lah. See, I forgot already. And then after that, it kind of like didn't continue.
I think we continued for a good half year before we faded off. But I think it faded off also because the pandemic doors opened, then people started to go out and all that.
Yeah.
So there's no fixed routine. But back when we couldn't leave the house, it was easy to have that fixed routine of doing it. And I just want to say that it was very difficult to begin with.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like I remember you said, high jump lah.
Yeah. Things that we couldn't do, right?
It looks so simple on the video.
Like
I said,
burpees and stuff.
And then we were doing that halfway. I'll be staring at the video and staring at Joy and go like, you do lah, I cannot already, I won't die, you know. And it's not even burpees. Burpees is hard. Burpees is jump up, go down. This is like 10 times. Put your hands under your thigh.
Wait,
like
go
under your leg, like go up, go down. Flaps we call it jack flaps
Oh.
Okay, how can that be difficult, right? Yeah, after the 10, then you're like half dead already. Or the other one, toe deep. You know, like in the floor, toe deep. Like,
you can remember all these names.
Yeah, I can remember things very well because I have to do it and torture myself.
I remember got windmill and stuff. Yeah.
I
so remember
it
the ones
wasn't
I
difficult move is what I'm saying. But then it felt difficult. But then when you're doing it together, right? Then, Juwita will do this. Why you stop?
Oh,
He said do 20 times. I do 10 and I'm just like, Then she's like, why you stop? Then you stop. You make me feel like stopping. So that, I think, really pushed us through was, I remember after a month, we could do 20 without complaining.
Yeah. And then we did our own music to it. And then no need the video already lah. We got our own routine.
Because you kind of know the moves already, right? But even the moves, what's interesting to highlight is some moves is easy for me, some moves is easy for her.
Yeah?
Right. Because I remember like, this is so easy. And then she like,
Huh?
and then I'm doing something that I'm like, this one very hard. Then she's like, very easy, jang, jang, jang,
Yeah.
But it also shows
Different
what
muscles.
our body, what our body needs or already knows certain move or already muscles activated at certain move. So it's actually quite interesting to just do things together, especially when it comes to exercise.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time, I can't even remember that we finished 3 sets. Because we were just talking. While you're doing it, we're like, so that work, how are this? I think we were even talking about work. Okay, we were not talking the weather, We were talking like, okay, but by the time we finish exercise, we must tell the intern edit what, and then do what.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we know, finish already. Why the music stopped already? Then finish exercise.
I don't know if that is good though, because you're actually supposed to be focusing on what you're doing.
My exercise is not very perfect. Her exercise, she's focusing on breathing and moving. Mine is like, I can move, I don't really.
No, but in a way, also correct lah. Because let's say you're walking, right? You don't focus on one leg after another leg, what? But if you're doing things like that, then But if you're supposed to be doing weights and like focus on the muscle, then so different things require.
But accountability also work for food lah. I mean, I live alone, but yet, for example, if I meet my friends or those who know me well enough. They will know what I eat and don't eat. So it's very easy. So if you try to, like, for example, if I dive into something unhealthy, or my friend does lah, actually most of the time, I'll be counting, it's the 4th coffee with lots of sugar already. So I have a friend last time who were a little bit short-handed in cash.
Okay.
So I didn't know she was not eating much. So we went out for food at the food court. I eat, I drink, and then she would order teh, tambah gula. Then I was like, so strange. But the 3rd time she was doing that, then I realized she was not eating. Then I said, I mean, number 1, if you cannot afford food, just let me know lah,
Yeah.
And number 2 is like, substituting sugar with energy is crazy lah. Okay, so she did that for about a few months.
Does it work? Did it work?
She said it keep her running lah. The sugar keep her energy running.
Right.
But not in the most efficient energy lah. Okay?
Because you get spikes, right?
It's like a power bank lah.
Yeah, but it might spike and crash. So
correct.
Yeah, dangerous.
So she did that 100 plus. She was running on 100 plus. Teo,
kopi,
manis. And no milk, she said. Because milk just counter make it worse.
Yeah. I get sleepy after.
Correct. So she does that kind of thing. So when it comes to accountability, I'd be like, hey, need to adjust your life back here. Otherwise you'll be diabetic just because you're trying to go through this 2 months or whatever is it.
Betul.
So food intake can be something that if you talk to your friend about, it can help. So if your friend tells you, I want to cut down on carbs, then we eat meal, you can immediately say, okay lah, then we share half lah. Instead of waiting for her to voice it out or something, then
offer lah.
Offer lah. So I think accountability comes in many different ways that we can make it work lah.
I think one of the ways that actually helps me is the fitness app on my phone. But interesting, because I'm very goal oriented. I'm not the tracker type like
She's the motivation. The goal must checklist. The checklist is the motivation.
So in a sense, I think there was like how many days, walk how many kilometers. It's not really high, like it's not like 10,000 steps, which is supposed to be normal, right? This was like 1.73 kilometers just walk. I don't know why my app is telling me that. Actually, does it like track my past record or is just the same for everybody? I don't know.
Maybe they count your weight and your height.
I don't know. But anyway, when I see that, tell me, right, if yours also says 1.73 kilometers.
No, mine don't.
Oh, don't? Okay. So I make it like, okay lah, 1.75 or 1.8. And I put it on my to-do.
Okay.
Like every day, I will check lah. Then sometimes memang cannot, then it's okay. I don't make a big fuss out of it. But, sometimes I see already, it's like, I'm at 1.7. I only need half a km left, right? Then I'll put the video.
Then she walk in the room.
Yeah. Actually, yes, I have done that before. Like, alamak, why is still another?
My sister does that. Because in Singapore, there's motivation. You walk a certain amount of steps, you can claim certain voucher from the shopping, from the supermarket.
But okay, at least we walk, okay? I've seen people who just take the watch there and then they shake the watch like that.
That too.
Okay, I suppose it's exercise.
My brother do that when he play Pokemon.
So, I find that to be quite a good motivator if it's within reach. Like sometimes it says, okay, finish your calorie burn goal. That one I look like, I'm not even halfway there, only lah. tomorrow lah, and it's only 4 times in a month anyway. So
Correct. So you're talking about this meeting the target lah, the checklist or whatever. So maybe I'll end this episode with one last attempt that I've been doing the last 2 months to get my body healthier lah.
Okay, wait, Chop, is this the 4th thing? Because you only mentioned 3, I think. There was
3 lor. I suppose it's 3 lah. Eat well, sleep well, eat well, sleep well, and move well.
All right.
Okay. So one of the things that I've been doing the last 2 months was intermittent fasting.
Yes.
I'm a bit slow to the vegan.
It's okay.
Like why is this? For me, because I already don't eat carbs. Fasting might make it worse lah. Okay, put it that way lah. So it was never in my consideration because I also eat 2 meals a day. That's it. I'm not like eating a 5 meals person lah. Okay. So generally, I don't have a eat every 2 hour problem.
Yes.
Okay. I already just eat 2 meals. I'm done with.
Okay.
So intermittent fasting was when I was reading this article that says that our body auto heals or auto repair cells. I'm like, I mean, wouldn't it be interesting? I mean, I know that our body do that when we are resting or sleeping, right? But this is, how to say, like put an accelerator on it, like heal even more and repair even more
like
cells.
Intentionally
do that, and our body can achieve that when we don't take any input or food past 18 hours. It's called this auto Peggy or something like that.
Okay.
Sorry, very bad with words. You can know by now. So it's auto something lah.
All right.
Okay. So what happens is it hits a point where at first you eat food, your sugar go up.
Yeah.
Then after a few hours your sugar come down. Then after that it starts to like burn. Okay. When you finish burning sugar, it's okay, no more sugar coming in. Then you start to look for other sugar fat in your body and
other
burn.
Fuel.
Yeah. But in turning your body certain cells into fuels, it auto repairs broken cell. So let's say you have an injured cell, you have let's say one cell is half sick or whatever. This process, because it has clear nothing to do with the body's bored already, right? It starts to repair cells.
You got mental space too.
Yeah, got mental space to repair cells. And I was fascinated with that because I wanted my body to repair cells. I know that I'm not a healthy person.
Okay.
I probably have some problem inside that I'm unaware of, that I probably identify it as, sometimes I breathe very hard, or I breathing problem when I climb 2 steps of stairs or whatever, And I want to have that kind of recovery inside. So I said, okay, let's try this intermittent fasting just because I want to experience this auto heal lah, I call it lah, okay? So I started, and it wasn't hard for me lah, because like I said, I was only eating 2 meals. I just need to make sure I eat within 6 hours.
Correct. So regulating the 2 meals and when you eat and when you don't.
Correct.
Putting it within a framework.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what I do is I will fast 18 hours and I eat 8 hours lah. Recently it's changed to slightly different
you
lah.
eat 6 hours? 18 and 6. Kan?
18 and 6, yeah, correct. Correct. 18 and 6, correct. You're right. So then what I will do is, I thought that the moment I finish 18, I would take a big meal. So the first day didn't happen.
You didn't feel like you needed to lah.
Yeah. So I was like, quite strange because you know me, I'm the person who wake up the first 1 hour must eat one. So when I started the intermittent fasting, I time it so that when I wake up, that 1 hour later I break fast. Okay. So I tried that, and I realized that I'm not prepared to eat a buffet the moment I break fast. Okay, just my normal meal lah.
When you say a big meal, you mean buffet lah.
Yeah, a buffet lah.
Okay.
Like
so
you order 2 bowl of noodle lah, or like
not just one hearty meal lah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So I thought that would happen to me because like I'm like dying, no energy or whatever. Yeah. But it didn't. Maybe the first 2 days there is a little bit of craving. After the 3rd day, the body felt like re-energized, like a bit more energetic. Despite the whole change of eating routine.
Okay. So
and until now, I feel that I'm more alert, I'm more energetic. And somehow it feels much, don't know, like a cleaner body. Are you quite cleaner body?
A bit. Your mood also has been more,
different.
Yeah, more upbeat.
Correct. Like the body got nothing to do already, right? So come, let's make her feel better. Let's make her think better.
You feel less sluggish?
Less sluggish, much less.
And you've been sleeping better also.
I mean, that one I don't think any influence lah.
But you said you've been sleeping better this year, ma.
But that's because I was intentionally changing my sleeping pattern lah. So I don't think it's related.
Okay. So it's not like
I do feel that I can think clearer. Okay. Then my energy level is higher in the sense that I thought I'll be tired because I didn't eat for 6 hours or 8 hours or 10 hours.
Okay.
But no, I was okay. And intermittent fasting allows you to drink water or non-sugar, non-milk drinks.
Okay.
Black tea.
No sugar, no milk lah.
Yeah.
No dairy and no
Correct.
sugar.
So it's not that bad. So what I did was I downloaded the app, okay?
Yes.
So I talked about the first part, the second part, right? The accountability. So I just randomly go and Google any intermittent fast, whatever.
Yeah.
There's this app called Fasting, okay? Literally fasting.
Okay.
I think it's for Apple phones only.
Okay.
That actually allows you to click, okay, now I start fasting, press. Then it will tell you shall break fast at what time. But as you go along, it will tell you now you're entering self-healing mode. Now you're entering sugar low mode. Now you're entering burning calorie mode or whatever lah, okay? So I get to monitor a little bit better based on that. And I thought like, oh, that's where accountability works, because the app also said once you complete this, like, yay, you finish 1 day. So imagine you finish 3 days, right? And then the 4th day, I failed. There's a flaw here.
Yeah.
So it really worked in the sense that accountability doesn't have to be a person.
Yes. Yeah.
It could just be a suitable app for what you're trying to do lah.
Yeah, and then you can see your progress. Got strict, right? Like 3 days strict. But how rigid are you with it? Like,
so the first month I was very strict.
Okay.
Because I figured I need to be strict in order to see result.
Okay.
But I already saw the result within the first week already. Like I really felt the difference in my body.
All right.
Now I'm doing it like more of if I'm not on a travel trip, then I will do it. But if I'm traveling or whatever, I will try to keep to it, but not strictly.
Okay lah, because if you are with other people, then the meetings
they are definitely not going to fast 18 hours like me lah.
Unless we try. I try with you.
So the other day, I went traveling with a friend. Okay, so I said, okay, we shall, normally I break fast at 9 lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start our day at 9.
Yeah.
Pick her up, have breakfast, Had a heavy meal at 5 or something like that, 5 or 4. Then I said, okay, done. I didn't tell her I was fasting. Then after that, the night, then she said, oh, actually, I'm not so hungry, Then we didn't eat until
so she also
18
fasted
hours
with you.
later. Then after that, I said, hey, you also fasted like me. As she said, oh, big meal makes her do that.
Oh.
Yeah. Which last time used to happen to me, but now for me it's intentional. I don't have a big meal. I try to have a normal meal and still do that.
Okay, walk us through how your eating thing would be during your 6 hour... so you wake up, 11 o'clock is when you start eating, is it? You said something?
Nowadays I set to 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So 10.
So what kind of meal? Like one bowl of
normally
noodles?
I'm not hungry somehow, so it's normally warm up lah. I will start with fruits lah.
Oh, okay.
Because like, hungry, not hungry, but I better eat because I only have 6 hours to eat. Right.
Okay.
So it's normally either a warm drink or fruits. But if I'm going out with my family, then I do 1 cup meals a day.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's cheaper. It's economy's fault, I tell you. It's so hard to eat a non-carb meal at this inflation rate of time. Okay. So I will have 1 noodle. Normally it's noodle, rarely rice. Because I know I get bloated with rice.
Okay.
And I will be able to last 24 hours, so I better don't.
Okay.
1 bowl of noodle.
Yeah.
That's it. And then I will wait until about maybe 4 or 5 closing time like that. Then I will just take fruits.
Oh, so it's not like you have another so-called meal. I would call it a meal. Fruits is snack. So
Yeah, correct. Or I will just have soup. Soup is like chicken and veg. That's it. It's not a heavy soup. It's not a mushroom cream or whatever.
Okay.
I will just have soup so that, there's extra nutrients that I'm taking in, and then I'm done.
That's because you feel like not
hungry.
But then not going to eat for the next 18 hours. Wow.
So when I first started, I would say, oh, not hungry, so must eat. After this 18 hours, cannot eat. Then I realized that it doesn't help. Because then I will like overly full, then I'm uncomfortable.
Because you memang are used to
correct
2 meal kind of thing.
Correct. So when I have 2 proper meals,
yeah,
I feel that I'm very uncomfortable the next 12 hours.
Okay.
Because the second meal comes too soon after the first meal.
Okay.
I used to eat like 11 o'clock and then 7 o'clock.
Right.
Now I have to eat shorter time. Maybe 11 and 4.
Okay.
So it's collide. So I realized that I'm having 1 proper meal and another one is currently is soup lah. ABC soup without the potato. I don't like potatoes.
Okay lah, but full of nutrients lah.
Yeah. And that's it. That means no carbs. It's just broth lah, broth.
Right. But basically I think what you're saying is fashion it in the way that you are comfortable with. I don't feel like you have to be forced to open this 1 proper meal and then eat. Then it kind of like defeats the purpose.
Correct. So I also, because I don't drink a lot of milk tea, only lattes. So I drink it within that window lah.
Okay.
But after that, I will just drink Chinese tea, green tea.
Aku rasa macam nak try juga.
But I have to say, it's very difficult if you're living with someone else.
But is there a shorter frame one? Like,
I think 8-16 is the basic.
Oh, there's no 16.
Because you need to hit 18 in order to get your self-healing whatever lah. You need to hit 16 or 18 to get the self-healing mode
ni
lah.
macam dia expert tau sekarang. So, I mean, since you're trying this lah, if I wanted to try, right, then what is the shortest time frame? Maybe kalau I traveling ke, then I can
18.
try it. No, how many days? Like, do you have to do like 1 week?
Okay, intermittent is very interesting in the sense that at least 1 week to feel it lah. For me, right, if you want to do right, just 1 week to just detox your body.
Okay.
Because I intentionally wanted to do 1 month. Then I figured, I could live with this. So I just started.
But does
to
it kind of like what's the word? Law of diminishing returns. So it's like if you do it every time, then it's like your body gets used to it, and then it doesn't do that auto-heal anymore.
So you're supposed to, for example, I think you should take a long break from it every single time lah. Don't make it a habit lah. So I planned for 1 month, but I felt that I can still do it a little bit longer. So I just until my next travel spree that I will stop lah. But intermittent fasting also have different types. Some people they eat 5 days, they fast 2 days. Some is 20 hours, then 4 hour eating. So there's different varieties. But I think the most basics I've seen is really 18 because that's when you really hit that self-healing.
Okay.
But yeah, unlike other people who say who do it to lose weight, I didn't do it to lose weight lah.
You did to healing lah, healing sendiri.
I did it just different purpose. I did it to just reap the self-auto.
And it's still taking care of your physical body mah?
Correct. So yeah, this episode has gone so long. Who would have known talking about body could take so long?
Yeah.
Poor intern has to edit later. So yeah, let me summarize by, just remember there's 3 types of care. I don't know, this is not scientifically proven, not in a study or whatever, but Gina decides that we have 3 types of area of life that we take care of. One is our mental health, emotional health, and physical health. And today we talk about physical health, which touch on 3 things, which is eat well, sleep well, and exercise well.
Jom Sembang Malaysia is hosted by 2 Malaysians who are passionate about Malaysian stuff. Stay tuned every week for a brand new Sembang session with Juwita Suwito and Gina Yoong. Today's episode is recorded at Studio 2105. Remember to click like and subscribe for a brand new episode next week.